Good evening. Tonight's Live Around 5 with Amy is why it's so important to be yourself. This is a tricky one in 2023, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, have you ever made yourself just a little less excited or a little less talkative or a little less bright to try to fit in somewhere? Have you ever been afraid to say what you really think about a situation, whether it's political or otherwise, because you are worried about being canceled or hurting the feelings of those you love? We've all done it, right? But what's happening more and more in this age of social media is that we're doing it so often, we're starting to lose who we really are. And the trick of everything is that even if it means getting canceled by some people, those just weren't your people. I remember recently I thought I was going to start a new project and I was so excited about it. And they asked me a lot of really hard questions. And I said I was really excited about it because they knew everything about me, soup to nuts, and they still chose me. The project didn't work out, but that feeling remained. When people know everything about me, I can be the real me. And I think that's what we all need more of. So here are 6 reasons why you should be more yourself. And I hope they inspire you to do that every day. The first thing is that authenticity builds trust, not just with others, but with ourselves. I think it's really critical, especially in today's age, to understand that people can sniff out a fake a mile away. I remember when I first met a really good friend of mine today. His name is Chris, and he was like, "Are you for real?" Because y'all know I am Miss Chatty Cathy, Miss Bubbly, Miss Glass Half Full. And he doubted. I don't blame him. But after, I don't know, maybe 15 years it's been, he's like, "Oh, I guess that's you." You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me, but I am myself. And people can trust when they meet me, I am who I am. And people should be able to trust that you're not this one thing at church and another thing at home, this one thing online and another thing at home, right? They can trust you. And that's the cornerstone of a lot of what's important in our lives. The second thing is it fosters self confidence. If you're always hiding who you are in different situations, how are you supposed to feel good about who you are and what you're doing? You can't. In order to feel self confident, you're going to need to be true to yourself. If you've been feeling really insecure lately, why don't you unpack if maybe that's part of it? Now, sometimes we do have to sacrifice. Maybe we're working in a place where we can't be completely ourselves, right? You need to be professional. I would find ways to express your true values and your true self that are also in line with those corporate values. That's one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur for sure. The other thing is it attracts like minded people. You know, one of my best coaches told me it doesn't matter if you have 10,000 followers if none of them really know you or trust you. If you only have 100 people that really know you and trust you online, you've got a community nobody can stop because they are like you. They are your people. And that's one of the keys in the business world, especially if you're in a business where you serve people, is finding people who are like minded. You know, in our notary loan signing agency, it is critical to me that anybody that joins, anybody that we put our stamp of approval and training on, understands our commitment to bringing nothing but excellence, right? I want you to say yes to being helpful and going beyond for everybody. So it's really important that you find your people. It also, 4, can help you focus on your strengths. When you're always kind of hiding who you are, how do you know what you're good at, right? If you're always being quiet, how do you know if you're a great public speaker? If you're always speaking to cover up uncomfortable situations, how do you know if you're not the best listener and you can always figure out what's going on and help people get to the root of their challenge, right? It's going to be critical for you to be able to focus on your strengths. By being your best self, they'll be revealed to you. If you're someone that's been trying to start a business for 2 years and can't figure out who you serve or what you do, this is a critical piece for you to dig into. And it's also important because it's so tied to our resilience, right? It's really critical when we find our strengths that we then figure out how we can serve with them, how we can earn with them, and how we can grow with them. Because every strength isn't perfect, right? I practice public speaking. I work on learning my business skills. I really research about resilience because while I've experienced it personally, if I'm going to convey it to you, I know there's a lot more behind it than just, hey, it happened to me and it was great. So when you know what your strength is, then you can really blow on that fire and let it grow. And that's what we want for you. The next thing, number 5, is that it leads to greater fulfillment. I can't tell you how incredibly freeing it is to be who you are, to be yourself. And I know in some spaces, unfortunately, today, for some people, that's not even safe. And I think we should think about that for a minute. If you don't feel safe speaking about who you are, who your family is, we've got a problem, because our country is based on freedom in the United States. And I stand by that. I'm so proud of our country and the principles on which it was established. And I want everyone to have equal opportunity under those rules and laws that we've established. Last but not least is it inspires others. Honestly, if you're not being your real self, other people will feel it. But when you're yourself, when you mess up, when you're human, when you're just who you are, it can inspire somebody else who might want to do that same thing and who are really struggling to get there. So those are just 6 good reasons, but being yourself is really the cornerstone of where you got to start, whether you're working on self-improvement, a relationship, a job, a business, because being yourself, that's the special sauce, because we need you. We need you exactly the way you are. And we're so grateful for you. I'm so grateful that you're here. If you're ready to be yourself, like this and follow along for more tips. I hope you're having a great evening, and I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow, live about 5. Take care.